Hi everyone, this is Mark Spitzig leading the discussion from the article from the Harvard Business School entitled Zara IT for Fast Fashion. So as we all read, Inditex is the holding company that owns Zara retail clothing stores as well as other brands, but that is by far their biggest both in numbers and in revenue. The company itself did begin in La Coruña, Spain, which is the site of their distribution centers and their headquarters, and has actually spread from there retail clothing stores in countries all around the world. Currently, their IT infrastructure is fairly outdated. They use point of sale terminals that actually runs DOS. Their handhelds are used to order and to keep track of inventory, the portable Pocket PC handhelds. Well, the combination of floppy disks and dial-up modems are actually used to communicate orders, sales, and inventory numbers to the home office. The thing that makes them such a successful company is their competitive advantage. And right now, is basically the main thing is that their time from design to getting to the shelves is very low. They have speed in their decision making. They've got precise and standardized ordering practices. They have a full vertical integration all the way from the factories to the actual retail outlets. And their ordering, fulfillment, design, and manufacturing all work together to adjust to consumer demands on the fly. The problem, though, is whether or not Inditex should actually upgrade their IT infrastructure or continue to use the already outdated system that still functions. We also have to consider what the upgrades would actually include. And in this case, when we're upgrading their IT infrastructure, it would include new point of sale terminals that would be similar to current desktop computers with all that functionality, keyboard, mouse, monitor, etc. They would also all be wirelessly networked together, all the point of sale terminals. There would actually be new applications for both the point of sale terminals, the inventory system, and additionally the ordering would all have the ability to be networked together and have new applications for that. This can greatly increase the ease of use and the ability to increase or upgrade functionality over time. Some of the main reasons to upgrade would be the fact that they're still using DOS, which is an application or an operating system that's no longer supported by Microsoft. They cannot easily upgrade or add functionality because of that fact. It's slow, and there's labor-intensive ways to upload sales. The small screens in the handhelds make inventory a hassle, and of course, if there's a lag in reporting the sales, there's going to be less precise inventory and overall a less efficient and effective way of keeping track of inventory. Of course, there is a case to not upgrade. The system currently works and is stable, which is a big plus. Why mess with what works? The staff already knows the current system, so there'd be no need to train a bunch of people to work a new system. The upgrade itself won't directly lead to more sales. It's a huge IT expense if upgraded. It is simple. It's simple because it uses the simple technology. The cost of the upgrade, which is more than just the actual expense, it's the closing of stores and any additional training and all that other stuff on top of the actual just expense. And then there is the increased maintenance over time. So not just a one-time expense, but the expense over time that will happen with the upgrade. So when I was thinking about the questions to consider with regards to whether or not they should upgrade or whether or not they shouldn't upgrade, we have to think that if we think that not upgrading is the best option, then here's the things we need to ask ourselves. Well, if this isn't the best time, or this isn't the best option to upgrade, then when would be a good time to upgrade? And then, of course, well, what systems would you have in place to prevent obsolescence of the system that is in place? So you need some sort of backup plan, something that needs to occur. And then not only that, but on the business side, does not upgrading actually open the door to competitors to gain a competitive advantage against you? And then, of course, does it diminish their competitive advantage, the actual company itself? Does it diminish Inditex competitive advantage that they currently hold? Will it help them maintain their speed at which they do business, the speed at which they go from design to shelves? And then, of course, eventually you'd have to plan on upgrading eventually. So when and how much that it's going to be? Is this the right time? Is this not the right time? Well, eventually it's going to have to come into play. If we would consider upgrading to be the best option, and frankly, I'm an IT person, we always seem to want the latest and greatest technology, but if we do think that upgrading is the best option at this time, well, what the actual cost would be upgrading. It's all about the money, right? All about what it actually is going to cost. So, and then what would you think would offset the higher IT costs? We know there's going to be higher IT costs, whether or not it would be the initial cost or the cost to maintain it. But even if we did upgrade and we went to the new operating system, the new point of sale terminals, tablets, whatever we would happen to be, a network, well, would this upgrade actually help to bolster their competitive advantage? Would it help them in regards to competing against their competition? And then, of course, will it actually help the business grow, and how would it help the business grow? And then, of course, will a newer IT system actually help selling more clothes? I mean, would a more efficient system actually make people more willing to buy clothes from the retail stores? So taking all that into account and realizing that there was no certain one right answer, personally, what I should believe that Zara should do. Basically, I feel their competitive advantage is not from any specific hardware. It's not their actual hardware that's giving them the advantage. And their advantage is not, like I said, not from the hardware. It's from loyal customers who know they're always up to date on fashions and regularly check the stores for new items. It's the people coming into the stores that is really where their advantage lies. The IT is integrated within the system, but doesn't actually add value in and of itself. And they had continual growth in their net margin. So if you look at the numbers in their net margin over time, it already is increasing their net margin. So they're obviously doing something right, and it's continuing to get better. And that's even with the already aged systems that only continue to get older. So taking all into account, my conclusion, even as the IT guy who wants the latest and greatest most of the time, I would say not to upgrade at the time. It's, high cost without much added value to the company as a whole at this time. Thanks for listening, and I do hope to hear from you guys and what you guys think about the case on the message boards with text or video. So thanks for listening.